Cash Cow, Tank coming back.
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you who he's fighting, but because I know you're not going to answer me. Even if you know, I know you're not going to say it here.
But my mouth like this.
But what can we expect from? I'll say, what can we expect November the 2nd from Tank? What is it we're going to see from the Cash Cow Tank? Multi-division world champion, knockout artist. What are we going to see November 2nd from Tank?
Well, with me and Tank, I can't wait to see him.
Yeah.
Calvin Ford confirms that Gervonta Davis is set to return and believes they will deliver a memorable performance together. He also clarifies that there was never any genuine bad blood between them.
From that camp.
Yeah.
And me and Tank haven't seen each other since camp. When I left, everybody thought I was bad. No, I wasn't bad. I was just, just it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was going through court at the same time.
Yes, I was going to say something like, yeah.
I was going through court.
Yes.
And he won, I won.
That's right.
So,
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I haven't seen him just to give him a hug from that victory.
Right.
2. Calvin Ford believes Gervonta Davis continues to grow and evolve with every training camp, pushing him to improve as a coach as well. He compares Tank to his version of Michael Jordan in boxing and says he learns something new from him every time they prepare for a fight together.
When is it that you see, like, all right, now because first couple weeks is warm up, and then you like, all right, now we ready to go. He's in fight shape right now. At what point do you see that in camp?
Well, like I said, every camp is different from me.
Right.
Because I'm growing too.
Yeah.
Last camp you say, oh, you getting good at this.
Yeah.
Nah, because you getting good at what you do. So my game got to step up with your game.
That's right.
So, we try to look at opponents that we had to put in place, things that we had to do. And like I say, Tank is like my Michael Jordan.
That's right.
Ring. So, I had to listen to what he wanted, what he wanted to do. Last camp, man, I learned so much from him.
Yeah.
As a person, as an athlete, as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And watching him evolving.
Yes.
Cause that last camp, man.
While discussing a possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, Calvin Ford praised Shakur for his boxing ability, but said Tank is operating on a completely different level right now. He also warned that when they eventually meet in the ring, it will not be a clean or pretty fight.
You're Tank's trainer, and I'm pretty sure you're like, hey, we will get the job done.
The fight is gonna happen.
What do you think that he brings to the table? I'm saying give a game plan. What does he bring to the table?
I'm gonna give Shakur. See, everybody don't know. We have a history. I know y'all seen videos of this and everything.
Yes.
We have a history. Man, grandfather, we real cool.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We grew up with these youngins. You know what I'm saying? To me, Floyd is Shakur is a good boxer.
Yes, he is.
He's a good boxer.
Yes.
I give him that. But again, Tank is different. He's on another mission, and way things are today between them two, it ain't gonna look pretty.
After confirming his return, Calvin Ford puts Gervonta Davis through an intense training camp designed to sharpen every aspect of his skills set ahead of his comeback fight. He wants Tank to step back into the ring fully prepared, focused, and more dangerous than ever before.
So that's boxing at its finest right there. You heard it. They said it. Make that bad. Everything on the line. That's old school right there. That's everything on the line.
Analyzing his training, Barry Hunter believes Gervonta Davis possesses elite physical power, along with all the tools necessary to compete at the highest level of boxing. He sees him as a fighter built to overcome the toughest challenges the sport has to offer.
Fans, the real ones that know that this is no easy fight. He's very skilled, and I'm gonna go on the line and say this may be the most skillful person that Tank has faced thus far.
I just don't want to look bad come fight night. My biggest fear has been embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for deck, like like I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out get my butt kicked like bad. Like I can't do it. I don't want to be embarrassed, bro. It's just my pride. Some people be made for it, some people don't. It's not going to win. You better be ready.
Moreover, Calvin Ford believes Gervonta Davis has evolved as a fighter since his last outing, shaped by everything he has experienced outside the ring. He views those experiences as an important factor in strengthening his mindset and sharpening his overall approach to both training and competition.
I just know that he's not the same person that we seen the last time we seen him in the ring. Been through a lot of stuff. Watching him making a transition coming from being incarcerated to now and dealing with courts, dealing with that type of stuff, because that's a trauma to have for you if you ever been through that type of stuff.
Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson acknowledges Gervonta Davis as one of boxing's biggest figures and believes he has complete control over his career decisions. He also states that if Davis truly wants to fight, it can be arranged quickly without any real obstacles standing in the way.
Biggest star in the world, one of the biggest stars in the world. So with him being at that top spot, he can pick and choose who he wants to fight. If he want to fight this guy, he can fight this guy. So in my brain is like, just say you want to fight and we can make it happen at any given time.
At the same time, Keshin Davis praises Gervonta Davis for his sharp finishing instincts and composed control inside the ring. He also believes that a fight with Shakur Stevenson would be extremely competitive and far from an easy challenge for either fighter.
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. For one, like, when people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that should be like real debates, like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight, he's filling out, he's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy.
As the hype continues to grow, David Benavidez views Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson as the fight boxing needs the most, highlighting the massive impact it could have on the sport. He believes that if the matchup becomes official, it would instantly dominate headlines and capture the attention of the entire boxing world.
This weekend, I would love to see Shakur and Gervonta. I think Gervonta and anybody in that, any of the top guys at that weight class is a great fight. Gervonta, Shakur, Gervonta, Teo, Gervonta, Keyshawn. I mean, that 135 to 140 pound weight class is hot right now, you know what I mean? But that would be a great fight. I think probably that would be one of the fights that would be the most anticipated, if they can make happen, Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. By no means it would be easy for either fighter. We just seen that Shakur Stevens was able to shut a great fighter like Teofimo down and made him look silly. So that would be a great fight, and a big shout out to Shakur Stevens becoming a 4-time division champion. He's on legendary status. He's on his way to be a Hall of Famer too, and he's still very young.
Analyst Anthony Breen describes Shakur Stevenson as the more polished defensive technician, while emphasizing that a large part of Gervonta Davis's full ability still remains unseen by the public. He explains that Davis fights with patience and carefully selects his moments, whereas Stevenson maintains steady pressure and a consistent pace throughout an entire fight. In the end, he believes neither style holds a clear advantage over the other, making the matchup highly unpredictable until they finally step into the ring together.
Shakur Stevenson. Shakur might have better defense, but at the end of the day, I still think we haven't seen the best Tank Davis. That's what people always power. We still haven't seen the best Tank Davis. And Shakur, for the most part, he comes forward. Tank Davis, all he takes is one shot. He's a very patient fighter. He doesn't throw a lot of shots, but every shot he throws, he makes them count.
Andre Rozier also described Shakur Stevenson as a sharp and highly technical fighter, but still gives the advantage to Gervonta Davis because of his fight-ending power. He views the matchup as a battle between skill and explosiveness, where Stevenson may control the rhythm of the fight, but Davis only needs one clean opening to change everything instantly. In his opinion, the contest is extremely close, with a single mistake in timing or focus potentially determining the outcome.
Well, I tell you like this, Shakur is a talented fighter. Tank, that's like my ride and die. I like guys that get people in trouble and knock them out. So I'm always riding with Tank. It will be a spectacular bout. I mean, you have the age-old puncher versus boxer at its best. Now, if Tank allow Shakur to get ahead too far, then he might not be able to catch up to him. On the flip side of that, if Tank gets in there and Shakur makes a mistake, it only takes one for the lights to be out. So I'm waiting to see it. I want to see it, and I'm looking forward to it. It's another 50-50, but you know, I'm Tank all the way. So I got to ride or die with who I ride or die with, even though I love them both.
However, Bruce Carrington downplays the current hype surrounding a major fight involving Shakur Stevenson, suggesting that the momentum behind it has cooled for the moment. He believes both fighters still have plenty of time to build excitement back up, but feels Stevenson needs more explosive performances to fully reignite fan interest and demand for the matchup.
Is it a huge pay-per-view attraction right now?
Right now, no. I feel like because these guys are still young, they have the time to build it up, and because of how the audience have been taking Shakur's last performance, the interest of it is low. You know what I mean? So I feel like for it to be big again, Shakur has to have exciting performances and at least like a back-to-back.
Meanwhile, Gary Russell Jr. expects the matchup to be a fast-paced and action-heavy clash, fueled by constant pressure and non-stop exchanges. He emphasizes how one fighter's relentless aggression could force the contest into intense situations from beginning to end. He also believes the obvious contrast in styles makes the fight naturally exciting and highly appealing for boxing fans.
Tank fight, he come to get boogie. He come to where if he don't whoop your ass, he gonna knock you out. Same with me, if I'm gonna whoop your ass, or you going out of here. Clean up time. Let's go. Styles like that being clashed against each other, it's gonna be a juicy fight. It's bound to be a juicy fight. Yeah. People's gonna tune into it. That's why they really would tune into it, because of the styles. Now that don't need no build-up because of the style.
Breaking the matchup down further, Gary Russell Jr. described Shakur Stevenson as a clean and efficient technician who depends on defense, footwork, and precise accuracy. He explains that Stevenson maintains a disciplined style, stays away from unnecessary risks, and wins rounds through smart positioning and carefully selected punches.
Shakur, he got a different style. He got a surgical style. He's a boxer. He don't get hit. He's not going to get hit. He's going to move. He's going to be smart and obedient. He's not going to try to throw no wasteful shots. And he's not going to take no risk for real with certain fighters. Why? Because it'd be foolish. His job is to win. And if he can do that by playing it safe, and he's going to do that. Right. It's not stupid of him. It's smart of him. It's obedient.
Frank Martin also views the matchup as a nearly even clash shaped by two completely different styles. He described Shakur Stevenson as a precise technical fighter who controls bouts with structure and discipline, while Gervonta Davis brings explosive power, natural instinct, and unpredictability into the ring. He further explains that Stevenson is more straightforward to prepare for strategically, whereas Davis is far more difficult to completely figure out and contain with a game plan.
Man,
It's too close to call.
it's just one of them things. Tank got skill. Tank got skill. Tank got power. He got that natural instincts, man. He got it. Shakur just a pure boxer.
Yeah.
He could box a pure boxer. But is this pure boxer. Tank
got a little bit of everything.
Tank got a little bit of everything.
It's hard to game plan for him. Okay.
It's like you gotta like knowing you finna fight Shakur, you just know you finna box.
Yeah.
You finna box.
So you gotta be sharp.
You gotta be sharp. Tank, he got a little bit of everything in his arsenal.
Meanwhile, Tim Bradley analyzes Shakur Stevenson's defensive control against Gervonta Davis's explosive finishing power, giving a slight edge to Stevenson in what he sees as a very close matchup overall. He explains that Davis could change the direction of the fight by applying constant aggression and forcing Stevenson into uncomfortable exchanges. Bradley also points out that Stevenson's limited counteractivity under intense pressure may create the openings Davis needs to land a decisive shot.
And I say he fights at the level of his competition, you know, and you can say, oh, there's some contradiction going on now, but it just, I still got Shakur, but there is still like, it's like, I can see a way, I can see a path to where Tank can beat him. I can see it. I can see a path in a way that I believe that Tank can catch him and hurt him and knock him out. You know, I'm not gonna give that away. However, I can see the path. I can see a path, man. Well, I could talk about it. I mean, it's the fact that he's not, when you put heat on him, he's so damn defensive that.
Tim Bradley describes Shakur Stevenson as a fighter who frequently operates off the back foot, warning that this approach could allow Gervonta Davis to take control of the fight. He explains that too much retreating would give Davis the opportunity to dictate the pace and accumulate cleaner scoring moments throughout the bout. Bradley also believes that if Stevenson becomes too inactive under pressure, it could cost him important rounds and possibly the fight itself.
As long as he's not willing to risk getting caught, Tank's gonna be in the fight. Period. And if he starts moving back on his bicycle and Tank's coming forward, Tank gonna be the aggressor. That's what's gonna happen. So I can see Tank actually winning the fight now when I thought that he couldn't, on the scorecards. And not knocking out Shakur because of this. You know, the inactivity behind his defense could be his downfall.
That's what we gotta do, right? We gotta keep an open mind, fight to fight.
Showbiz the Adult reflects on how the online buildup surrounding Shakur Stevenson and another top fighter gradually faded once neither side continued to push the rivalry forward. He points out that Stevenson quickly stepped away from the tension, leaving the situation without any real closure. As time passed, the early excitement slowly turned into uncertainty, causing the potential matchup to lose much of its momentum.
They had a back and forth on X, and at the end of it, Shakur was like, yeah, it's over. I mean, he's not going to fight me. He's not interested, so I'm not interested. Don't ask me about that again. And I'm totally with him on that. So, yeah, him putting that extra, and plus, we don't know what's going on with Tank right now. So, you know, he has a lot of things to deal with. It's easy to say F him right now anyway, right? But I lost interest when Tank lost interest, Shakur lost interest. Listen, I mean, fighting Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, I always saw Teofimo Lopez as like a Tank Davis kind of. Like the way I've always compared them to, except for Teofimo Lopez is a big guy. And with Shakur moving up to fight Teofimo Lopez, I'm kind of fine. Like, I get it. You know, if they were to ever fight, of course that'd be amazing.
Showbiz the Adult analyzes Shakur Stevenson's style as one built around calculated risk, where he often absorbs pressure to lure opponents into position before responding with sharp counters. He explains that it is a highly controlled strategy, but one that can become dangerous if the timing is off or reactions begin to slow. He also points out that this approach already appeared vulnerable early on against Gervonta Davis, highlighting just how risky the style can be at the elite level of boxing.
You get what I'm trying to say? He would take a few, bam, bam, and let you get off so he could get closer. So you could try to throw 3 or 4 or 5, and then he counter those. Now he's boxing. But he'll roughhouse to box because he can always rely on him being rough. He can rely on it. He had the doghouse rules with Tank at 15. He found out how tough he is. So at the end of the day, when everything strips apart, he can rely on that foundation. But that can hurt him. It can also kind of help him because Devin ain't known as a great puncher. And he's coming up. So he can feel safe doing what he always does against natural welterweights. This is rough.
On the other hand, another possible matchup is being discussed for Gervonta Davis's return, as Oscar de la Hoya confirms growing interest in a potential fight with Kid Austin. He says that discussions are expected to heat up soon, and if the bout becomes the main target, he is prepared to push aggressively as a promoter to make the fight happen while ensuring his fighter is fully ready.
There will be real talks happening very soon. if Kid Austin wants to go after Tank next, then me as a promoter is what I have to do and get him, right?
That wraps up the video. Share your thoughts on these potential matchups in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest fight news, analysis, and breakdowns.